All right. Fox Sports NFL reporter. Also works at the NFL Network. He's very employed. Peter Schrager is now going to join me live. We're going to do a mock draft. We may go 16 picks here. So I've used scouts. I've used a couple of scouts. I used Joel Klatt. But you're different because you're an information guy who I trust. So we're going to do this draft based on what we think is going to happen. Both of us have information. We're trying to do a draft. We think this is what it's going to look like Thursday by the end of the night. So are you ready to go?
Colin, I've never watched a piece of tape. I don't grind the tape. I don't think I'm a scout. I am an information man. Let me tell you what's going to happen, not what I think I would do. Let's roll, dude.
All right. You get the number 1 pick, Peter Schrager. Go ahead. You start it.
The card has been in since the Jets beat the Rams in LA back in December. Urban Meyer would still be hanging out at the FS1 studios if it wasn't for this one. It's Trevor Lawrence, number 1 overall out of Clemson. The perfect prospect, no doubt about it. Who do you got at number 2 with the Jets?
All right. Not what I would do. I think his size worries me. He's a little bit of an ad-libber. He hasn't played great competition. They don't have a great O-line, but I think the Jets, again, this card's been in for a while. Last 2 months, will take Zach Wilson. Very good arm, very good athlete, quarterback BYU. I still think he looks small. I worry outside of left tackle about the Jets' O-line. They haven't been very productive at tight end. The receiving core is better. They don't have backs. It's going to become a very Zach Wilson-reliant offense. Good luck with that. I'll take him. The Jets will take him, too.
You sound very enthused. I'll go with number 3. Niners fans, buckle up. I'll tell you, Trey Lance worked out for them on Monday and it blew them away. They loved him. And everything you're hearing is accurate. They're very interested. The pick with the 3rd overall pick in the NFL draft will be Mac Jones out of Alabama. Niners fans, don't come at me. I swear, faithful. I know it's not the popular pick. I know everyone's cringing at this one, but a lot of GMs, not just the ones I speak to in the top 10, say this guy is a no-brainer for San Francisco. He's the pick at number 3.
All right, number 4, Atlanta. I've made the argument that Derek Carr and Matt Ryan are not the issue. The rest of the roster is the issue. I don't think they take a quarterback. I hear they're picky, but I do think they'd move down. But I think they go with the best pure talent in the draft, Kyle Pitts. This head coach has worked with tight ends before. It's his specialty. I think he's an instant 75-catch, 6-touchdown player. The Falcons have talent at wide receiver and offensive line. That's not the issue. Arthur Smith elevates Matt Ryan plus Kyle Pitts. It's my best guess. I could be totally wrong, but I do think he's the best pure guaranteed talent in the draft, and that is something for a first-year GM. This is the one pick in your career you're guaranteed not to miss.
The first non-quarterback off the board, you go Kyle Pitts. It brings Cincinnati up at 5. And I will tell you all my information right now on the Bengals is this. I've got connections in that organization. They have not made that decision. It is between 2 players if they're both there. Penei Sewell, the big offensive tackle out of Oregon, and then Jamar Chase, the wide receiver out of LSU, who took last year off but was with Joe Burrow and had 20 touchdowns 2 years ago. The coach is Zach Taylor. He's an offensive mind. You can get tackles in the 2nd round. I am going with Jamar Chase out of LSU, pairing him with Joe Burrow when they had a ridiculous 1,800-yard, 20-touchdown season the last time they played together.
All right, Joey, let's go back as a reporter. What are your top 5 picks?
All right, so the top 5 picks are Trevor Lawrence to Jacksonville, Zach Wilson to the Jets, Mac Jones going to the 49ers. The Falcons take Kyle Pitts, and Jamar Chase is going to the Bengals.
One of the reasons I gave you the first pick, because I don't want to touch the Lions. I don't know what they're doing. Miami's interesting. So they've already got 2 receivers I like and a tight end I like and a running back I like. And they went and got left tackle. Do they go wide receiver? Do they go offensive line? This is my tough pick. I don't know what they're going to do. I'm going to guess here by the aggressiveness that they went up in the draft. They take Jalen Waddle, and I have no confidence. The wide receiver. By the way, there are NFL people that like him more than Devontae Smith. Bigger receiver. Again, now you got Will Fuller, Devontae Parker, Jalen Waddle. The tight end.
Gesicki.
Yeah, you get to a point with them now, if they'll know by Thanksgiving on Tua. Like, if you can't win with this group, if we can't score, we got the wrong quarterback.
You're absolutely right, Colin. They also have an offensive lineman they can pick in the 18th overall selection, and then you also have the guy like Hunt, who they took in the second round. I feel like they're set at lineman. Wide receiver makes sense, which leads to Detroit. Trade. Anybody want this pick? We've got 6 picks the entire draft because this is bleak. If they're sitting here at 7, give me Penei Sewell at 7 if he's just sitting there. It's not a home run pick. I don't think it's anything that Detroit fans are going to go bonkers with. They love Taylor Decker over there, what they did with him this offseason. They like Frank Ragnow. I guess Penei Sewell's the pick, but I'm not doing flips over this if I'm a Lions fan.
All right, I have the 8th pick, Carolina. They have 2 huge needs. Corner, they could get J.C. Horn, who's moving up the draft. But I do think left tackle's a concern. Their O-line's okay. It's really not good left tackle. I'm going to go Slater. Northwestern opted out. You could move him inside or out. But I do know they spent some money on a center. Their right tackle they like. This gives Sam Darnold. They've got receivers they like. They just went and got a tight end from Arizona. Christian McCaffrey's a star. You get this left tackle, then you can go back to the defensive side of the football and fix that secondary. That's my guess there. Rashawn Slater, Panthers, 8 to protect Sam Darnold.
He's a great kid. He plays left or right. You can actually move him in the inside if you need. It's a solid selection, which gives the Broncos the choice of either Trey Lance or Justin Fields. Thinking about George Payton, I don't know if they want to do a huge, long project with Lance, and yet Fields, I don't know if that makes sense yet. I'm going to go with the big gamble, and I think they'd be happy with it. North Dakota State quarterback Trey Lance goes 9th overall to the Denver Broncos.
I talked to Trey Lance about that. He likes Denver. Not that far from where he grew up. Not far, right? Minnesota, Denver, Colorado. All right, Cowboys 10. We know what they need, defense. Kyle Pitts is off the board, so Jerry's not happy. I'm going to go J.C. Horn, hyper-aggressive corner, Dad Joe Horn. You could go him or Surtain. I mean, you could go either one. I mean, in the room, he is a playmaker. He's physical, defends the run, played in the best conference, not on the best roster, so he was more valuable to his team. I'll go J.C. Horn to the Cowboys.
In this simulation, Justin Fields is sitting on the board at 11. I just like to keep that in mind when everyone's talking about these mock drafts and where these quarterbacks are going. Fields will not be going to the Giants. To me, it's Devontae Smith or it's Patrick Surtain or maybe Micah Parsons, who is a talented player at linebacker. Giants need that. I'm going to go with the Alabama corner. Patrick Surtain goes 11 to the New York Giants. They take him over Devontae Smith, which would be a shocker in a lot of circles here up in New York.
Okay, Joy, give us an update, 6 through 11.
Okay, well, we have Jamar Chase at 5, Jalen Waddle to the Dolphins,
Yes.
Penei Sewell to the Lions, Rashawn Slater to the Panthers, Trey Lance goes to the Broncos at 9, J.C. Horn to the Cowboys, and at 11, Patrick Surtain to the Giants.
Now, by the way,
this is good.
Now, I do think New England's going to trade up at this point. I do, and I think they're going to go to 7. But we're not playing that game today. We're guessing what we have. Philadelphia, the Eagles have so many issues. They could use edge. They could really do anything. You know, I'll throw it out there. I think they're going to go get the best defensive player in the draft. I'm going to say Micah Parsons.
Wow, okay.
Listen, they have Slay, so they have a lockdown corner. And this is a good corner draft. So they can go get a corner later. The left tackle, Virginia Tech, scares people. Do they need Austin Vera Tucker? They're getting old in the offensive line. I think they liked receivers, but now we've... Hold on. Can I come back?
Devontae's sitting there if you want him, dude.
Yeah, my bad. I'm going to go Devontae Smith, the wide receiver.
This is what happens. In the mock draft, you're like, wait, that guy hasn't been taken yet?
I'm going to go Devontae Smith, the wide receiver. They went and took a wide receiver in the first round last year. Slower developing player out of TCU. Listen, like Tua, they got to make sure Jalen Hurts is going to work. They got to give him playmakers. You got to find out if this guy can play. So I'm going to go Devontae Smith, 12 Eagles.
It makes a lot of sense. Jalen Hurts played with him at Alabama before Jalen transferred to Oklahoma, and Devontae Smith's a Heisman Trophy winner. He falls to 12. It's great. 13 Chargers. They got to protect Justin Herbert. They did a good job already. in getting, obviously, the center Corey Linsley. They picked up another guy at guard from the Steelers. I think they go with Elijah Vera Tucker out of USC, and they'd be happy with that pick at 13.
Yeah, he played guard. He was all conference, and then they didn't have a left tackle last year. They slid him over. He was great. By the way, also no red flags. Quality guy.
Nothing. Great kid.
Yeah, wouldn't be shocked if the Giants maybe go there if maybe both corners are off the board. He's a great kid. All right, Vikings, Mike Zimmer last year didn't have a preseason. Mike Zimmer's a defensive guy. They got nothing but offense over there. They got two great young receivers, one young, Adam Thielen. They got a star back. Their O-line's better than it was 5-6 years ago. I think they go edge rusher, Jalen Phillips, the kid out of Miami. Russo's dropping in the draft. Kwity Paye's hit and miss depending on who you talk to. I think they go with Jalen Phillips. Mike Zimmer needs a pass rush in a division with Aaron Rodgers twice a year. Go look at their schedule, who they play, some veteran quarterbacks. Zimmer is a really good coach, and last year, between injuries and free agency, the defense was an embarrassing mess, especially early. He goes edge rusher.
You pair him with Danielle Hunter, and remember, Danielle Hunter is going to have a contract soon. Are you going to pay him $100 million? What are you going to do with him? This is a smart pick if Phillips is the number one guy. I would also say offensive line is possible for Minnesota. That's what the rumor says. 15, put the card in. It's been in. I mean, it's unbelievable if it works out this way. Justin Fields is the next Patriots quarterback, and they don't have to give up next year's first-round pick. Justin Fields. Celebrate in Foxborough. You got Cam, and now you've got this guy who's going to be the heir apparent. And look, it is a clean draft prospect here. Everyone seems to want to pick apart things, but you can't say anything tangible negative against the kid. Did not lose a game in the Big Ten. Has the huge arm. Runs a 4.4 40, which is as fast as a 40 we've known at quarterback. And from all things I've heard, yes, he lost out to Jake Fromm at Georgia. This is a good player, a good leader, and a guy who players have played for and coaches who have coached him all speak volumes about. If he slips to 15, that could be the steal of the draft, and everyone's going to be kicking themselves.
Okay, Arizona does stuff we can never figure out, right? So they could take an edge rusher, Kwity Paye, but they already went and got J.J. Watt, and they have Chandler Jones.
Yeah.
And they could use a linebacker, but last year they got Simmons. So I'm going to throw a crazy one up. There's a cornerback out of Northwestern because a lot of people have concerns about the Virginia Tech corner.
His back. And they do need a corner. How about the kid from Northwestern who is the best, first or second best corner in the Big Ten? I don't have it on my sheet. I think it's Greg Newsome. Greg Newsome's his name. I think it's a solid pick. Colin, can I throw in some other names for you for the Cardinals? Because obviously I'm connected with a lot of these teams. I feel like the way they've been aggressive, if one of those wide receivers falls, great. Don't be shocked if they go linebacker and it's Parsons or Zaven Collins. But also, Najee Harris could be an interesting position there. They don't have a running back. They do not have a feature running back. And I don't know many other teams that need one. Cardinals do need one.
So you tell me Greg Newsome stinks as a pick.
Hey.
Okay.
Happy to.
Okay, hold on right here. All right, Joey, I'm going to take...
Open up the phone lines.
I'm going to go Kwity Paye, Michigan, because I think Steve Kimes, I think J.J. Watt's old, Chandler Jones. I think he's in that division with Stafford.
Yep.
I got to face Russell Wilson. I got to face Garoppolo. I want an abundance of pass rushers. Kwity Paye, Arizona. I don't know what Arizona's doing. So, Joey, recap 12 through 16.
The Eagles get Devontae Smith. The Chargers get Elijah Vera Tucker. The Vikings take Jalen Phillips. The Patriots get Justin Fields without having to make any moves. And the Cardinals take Kwity Paye.
What do you think, Colin?
Well, Arizona's always a hard figure. Like, Detroit's a hard figure. Who knows what Detroit's going to do?
I'm doing a commercial for Detroit here. If any team is watching this right now, Detroit's phone lines are open. Just trade something. Offer something. You never know. Offer. Because I don't think they want to stay at 7. They have only 6 picks. The Lions would love to trade back. I think the Panthers would be an interesting decision, whether they go offensive line, corner, which you said, or quarterback if Fields and Lance are there. And then if the Broncos are at 9, Fields or Lance, what's your preference? If they're both sitting there, it's fascinating.
What a fun board. You know, it is, it's these players and about 5 others are the ones that are going to go. We all kind of know the 22 guys that are going to go in the top 15. You kind of have a sense, but like the Chargers, for instance, are sitting there. they need a corner. They would love J.C. Horn, and if he's there, they'll take him. But they haven't left tackle issues, so so much fun. All right.
I love it. I cannot wait for Thursday. It's going to be great. And I think this year, because the medical information is so up in the air, and it is, and there was no combine, and there's very little scouting going on the ground, it is a crapshoot like we've never seen before. If you're at home and you want to be a GM, this is the year to play along, because honestly, there's no intelligence beyond what the most basic stuff is that's out there on film.